Namaskar. We are again back with our uh, well-known famous guest, Bijeet. So after a long time, we are doing live streams because I was moving cities, so could not do. Now, hopefully, with the new setup, we will have more such live streams and videos coming up very shortly. So all of you who are right now watching this would have known the West Bengal elections are happening, and the phase one was on 23rd of April, and which it was covered quite uh, uh, in a very good manner across all Indian newspapers in various languages, and also by mainstream media, YouTube, social media. So it was abuzz with the West Bengal elections. So I thought, me being what we call is Probashi Bangali. So we both are Probashi Bangali. So we don't live in Bengal, but we do keep our relationships, keep our connections, keep our emotions with Bengal in so many ways. Okay? In terms of food, in terms of dress, in terms of friends. So let's give a Probashi Bangali perspective on Bengal elections. So
Right.
we have with us Dr. Bijeet Prasantha,
Namaste.
who is a very well known nowadays a very well known and nationalist Bengali, a Bhadralok adjacent, not Bhadralok adjacent person indeed. People who do want to ask to speak in Bengali or Hindi, if you are listening, do tell us. But we'll start with English because a lot of our audience only understands English in general. So we'll start with English, but we will also move between Hindi and Bengali sometimes whenever there's a requirement. But overall, we'll stick to English because of our audience is global in nature. So Bijit da, so Bijit and I actually will do a lot of WhatsApp chats and call each other to discuss what's happening. So in our WhatsApp chats, he would give some information regarding data, statistics, which was discussed in a lot of YouTube channels in terms of people do surveys as well, opinion polls. And I would give my opinion, my analysis, my take on what Vidya is saying. Then we will be back and forth. So it was a we just thought let's discuss this over a podcast than doing it on WhatsApp. So that's how this podcast came in. So Vijitda, your initial opinion on the first phase, and what do you think what's happening?
Right. So because I mean this the first phase of the election, right? I think there were like 16 or 18 districts. The first phase, right? So we have to actually we can only talk about numbers and statistics to understand the overall pattern that is emerging from it, right? And we have a few facts that we all know pretty much because the news media is discussing. And we have a few more facts which were already there in the news channels, but somehow they are hiding it, or they are actually skipping the discussion of those numbers. And we'll try to come up with some conclusion, and probably if you guys have more numbers, more statistics at your end, maybe we can change our conclusion. But let's start with what are these numbers that actually has interested me, right? So the first number that was there, the first number was, yeah, so it was it was a historic poll. 91% of male and 93% of female actually voted in these districts. Overall, the percentage was 92.8, I guess, or 92.5 or something. And obviously, 91% men and 93% female. So obviously, the first night, I mean, on 23rd, when I got this number, I got the impression that maybe because there is this 2% difference between male and female percentage, I felt like, okay, I mean, people are discussing that this is a sweeping election, and people, first of all, because it is a historic poll, so people have not only voted with their fingers, but they have voted with their feet, so to say, right? Um, so because so people are talking about all this passion that has led this such huge number into the poll. A greater number probably implies whatever anti-incumbency, right? But my interest actually got stuck in this 2% variation, 2% difference between male and female. Because in physics we have this thing called order parameter. So in order parameter, if you have, let's say, two equivalent states, apparently equivalent states, and their quote unquote degeneracy is broken, if they are giving different expectation values, it's like quantum statistics, and the order parameter to denote that sort of breaking of the degeneracy is this difference to the first order. Okay, so it actually mean ki the interest of the male female somehow went different. It diverged at some point. Okay, and so my idea was, okay, so maybe it is Loki Bhandar. Um, and that's how I concluded if it is a sweeping
Yeah,
election.
just to give a bit of context, you might have heard a lot of mainstream media, social media, YouTube, Facebook do a lot of
Uh,
election data analysis based on the thing called correct, psephology. Correct? That's what
huh,
it's
huh,
called,
huh.
psephology. For the first time, people who were listening to this, you were listening to the quantum statistic analysis of election data on our channel. Nowhere else you will get this analysis. Who are watching this?
Yeah, I mean, when I see a data, I try to interpret in my own way in which I was trained as a theoretical physicist. Because in theoretical physics, all you have data, right? And you have to have some geometry or picture out of it. So yeah, so the order parameter was 2%. So it means that somewhere the male and female interest diverged. Okay, probably they did not come out of equal with equal intent or with equivalent intent. So then I was like, okay, if it is a sweeping election, and then if this has happened, Lokhi Vandar has won because obviously previously it was like 1,000 rupees a month ago or so when I was home also. It suddenly jumped to 1,500. So obviously people were very happy at that time. I have seen my own relatives like Ma Kakima, aunt and mommy and everyone. And they were like, see, they don't understand the way we understand politics, right? So they are like getting money and like they're happy, ki di 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 aise, right? But then we have to. I actually next day, 24th, I saw um, a poll by ABP Anando. Now ABP Anando is not discussing it anymore. I don't know why. It is a very important number. So they did this whole whatever like a pseudo exit poll because you cannot publish your exit poll on like in this between let's say 23rd and 29th. So they asked the question some other way, and the question, so they had a bunch of questions which was actually reflecting anti-incumbency, but one question was crucial, and it was that he Shubhendu Adhikari, who is representing BJP, is saying they are gonna get 125 seat out of 152. Bhaipo means Abhishek Banerjee is saying they are gonna get 135 out of 152. What do you think? Who is saying the truth? Yes, please, public, please, like if you can. So there, I think 53 to 55% said that Shubhendu Adhikari is saying the truth. Now that's a very crucial information because even if that 2% extra Lakshmi Bhandar, because the other point is that ये जो काटछाट हुआ उसके बाद भी you see 20 lakh extra vote दिया है, and 2% of women extra women if you calculate it you are gonna get that 16 to 20 lakh. So I was trying to actually equate those numbers कि अच्छा जो extra आया है actually वो actually लक्ष्मी भंडार वाले आए हैं. Yeah, please play it if you can.
Yeah, I can't play the audio because there will be
Okay,
some
okay.
copyright strike, but I can play the video without the audio.
So
Hopefully,
maybe we
we
can
will not
start
get a
from the
strike.
first question. Let's start from the first question, and we can actually
Okay,
translate it in.
okay, okay. Here is the first question. So the first question, okay, you can translate it for us.
So in the first phase of the election, are you happy with the performance of the election commission? Yes said 84%, no said 14%, and 2% actually refused to comment.
Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Right. So please play for the next one.
Okay, hold on. Ah, if we increase, yeah, here is the
The
next.
second one. So the some of the like sporadic violence that has happened. Do you think if the central force and the police were alert, more alert than what they are now, do you think those few incidents could have been avoided? Yes, said 90%. No, said 8%, and 2% said like refused to comment. So people are happy with the election basically. The first two questions are saying that okay, they are happy with the election commission. They are happy with election commissions, which actually mean they are not angry with the SIR process or anything, right? As claimed by Trinamool Congress. Now go to the next question.
They have increased the speed.
Yeah. So in the first phase, it is the record, like record number of people actually casted their vote. Is it a reflection of the khob, the anger on the ruling party?
Anti-incumbency
Direct
against the
anti-incumbency
TMC.
question.
Hmm.
61% says yes, it is a reflection of anger. 38% said no, 1% refused to commit. And that 38% is actually, you can see that passionate Trinamool voter that is there, right? You know, those persons are there. But yes said like 61%, which is a huge number.
And one more thing, Vijita. So we have seen multiple times the exit polls or the opinion polls fall flat, and the results are something very different.
Mhm.
So we have to understand because a lot of people might not be, maybe many people are not aware that in Bengal, correct, there is violence which happens in every election, before election and after election, and there
Right.
is in general violence is associated with politics. So
Right.
even if you say that 38% says I am not I am happy with TMC,
Mhm.
he may be unhappy with TMC, but he cannot voice his opinion because the other guy standing next to him is the TMC leader or TMC henchman.
Right.
So, so in that way, the opinion poll data sometimes gets screwed up because the people who are unhappy on media in public they will say I'm happy, but they will go and they are not actually happy. So,
Exactly. Add
that.
to that one more
Hmm,
fact. Add to
hmm.
that one more fact, which is that now here the fun begins, right? Uh, so 78% Hindu votes. So 78% of Hindus voted in the last election. For Muslim, it went beyond 90%. Now, all the existing polls somehow reflect this historic data, which says that Hindus are somehow they are negligent of their voting right. They are forgetful of their voting right, so to say. Now, in some polls, I mean, even in polls in Rad Bangla and Uttar Bangla, in some cases, Hindus have voted, like the Hindu percentage of voting is more than Muslims. Now that changes everything. The whole political equation of TMC right, of BJP, because 55% of 55% of Hindus, yes, 55% of Hindus across gender, they actually voted for BJP in 2021 WB state poll. Uh, Now that 55%, I think those were Hindu males, by the way. 55% of Hindu male voted for BJP in 2021. Now these people are not getting Lokhir Bhandar. And we know in Bengal, like Bengali male are not expecting to get money back from their wife. That 1500 taka, that 1500 rupees, Bengali woman is not going to give to her husband. Okay, so rest assured. Okay, which means these guys voted out of sheer hope and expectation for a change. This is that radical voter base for BJP. And if it is 55% out of that 77%, and now if the vote for Hindu male has went beyond 91%, it is an anti-incumbency vote bound to happen. Okay, bound to happen. और जो धीरे धीरे दिख भी रहा है. Let's play this, right. Let's go to that another crucial question. So this is basically anti-incumbency, right? 61% is saying ki yes, it is a reflection of people's anger. Now this question, right? This question is very crucial. Now it is see, these guys cannot exactly publish this whatever exit poll right now. But now look at this question. It is very cunningly actually framed. Now this question is, BJP is saying, I'm reading the question. BJP is saying in the first phase they got they will get 125 seats out of 152. TMC is saying they are going to get 135 out of 152. Who do you think is telling the truth? Okay. Now let's see. So the first option is Trinamool is saying the truth. Now they reverted the option here, you see, right? So in the first option A was Trinamool. Trinamool is saying the truth that they are going to get 135 seats. 45% agreed with it. Now you have to add all these angers and everything. Even then, it is 45%. Now, second option was BJP is saying the truth that they are going to get 125 out of these 152. 53% of people said this. Okay, said that, okay, BJP is saying the truth. And 2% refused to answer this question. You know what this 2% belong to. Like you can, I think, safely add this 2% to this 53%. So almost 55% of the people. And let's say this 2% is going Trinamool way. So 47% is saying even then, ki TMC is saying the truth that they are going to get 135. At 53% then and there is saying this with confidence in this whatever I mean in a state where witch hunting is very common by a witch practically. Um, they are saying 53% that BJP is saying the truth. And here it changes everything. Okay, this single number along with this poll, this 91% of male and 93% of female, it changes everything. Okay, so yeah, I think you can play rest of it. But yeah, I think I when I saw this, my mind got very cleared. What is actually happening here? Why people are so much passionate about it? So নির্বাচন কমিশনের এই পারফরমেন্সের দ্বিতীয় দফার উপর মোটের উপর হিংসামুক্ত now this is our second poll, second phase of the election. Now this question is about the second phase, that okay, this performance of the election commission, if it continues, will they be able to make the second phase also without violence? Will they succeed? Now, 80% is saying yes, 16% is saying no, 4% refuse to comment. Now, this is about second phase. I mean, it's fine. Uh, because in the second phase, all the people who are coming back from the polling booth, uh, anyway, they are not going to participate in the second phase. So, this question is a question of hope and nothing else.
Okay, continue. I think the only few minutes are there. So,
Right,
is
right.
there any
I
more
think
questions?
we have, yeah, rest of the, what else is there? I don't know if
And
anything
I
else
have maybe
important.
okay. It's done. It's done.
Right now, if you add all these things, right, you get some picture about of what is happening here. Um, and I'm very surprised why this single poll is not being forecasted everywhere, right? The other thing that you see from a couple of movements that happened, one is that you know that guy Byron Vishwas from Sagar Digi, right? Now Sagar Digi was sort of a sure shot. Um, but Byron is from Sagar Digi saying আমিও হেরে গেছি আমার পাশের তিনটে চারটে ইয়েও হেরে গেছে. Now this is I think in Murshidabad. This guy
Yes.
is from Murshidabad and he's crying that he has lost. And clearly he has lost mental balance also. You can see, I mean, either he was drunk or he's going through some great trauma. Okay. So if this is the case in Murshidabad, and I know from Bakuda, for example, my question for the people in Bakuda, I had a few important questions. One is that could you present and convince the people that दीदी थाकले 1,500 दीदी गले 3,000. Now they are saying yes. In fact, उन्होंने फॉर्म वॉर्म भी बांट दिया है. और लोगों ने भर के इसको भरा भी है. इवन युवाओं को आई थिंक 3,000 देने का बात किया गया है. वो फॉर्म भी आई थिंक भरा गया है. सो पीपल आर नॉट स्टूपिड. आई मीन वी शुड नॉट, if you when in 2021 you were saying कि लोकहित भंडार actually it was a give and take election और ये हो गया, people are cunning. The same people now you cannot call stupid कि भाई इनको तो समझ में ही नहीं आएगा कि बीजेपी आएगा तो क्या मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा. And on top of that, you see this poll, right? People are visibly angry and they are casting their vote. They're clearly saying, ki, bhai, we are angry. And TMC is telling the lie that they are going to get 135. BJP is saying the truth that they are going to get 125 out of 152. So clearly, you see the picture how it has been emerging. The other point that was there was that right after this, I mean, this sort of polling, right? 23rd, everyone went nuts. Like, ho kya gaya hai, right? Because this was a historic poll. Like 91, 93% polling, overall 92.5 से भी ऊपर. कुछ कुछ जगह 97% गया है. कुछ कुछ जगह सिर्फ दो लोगों ने वोट नहीं दिया. ऐसा ऐसा भी कुछ कुछ जगह आ रहा है कि दो लोग पता नहीं कुछ हो गया इसलिए वोट नहीं दिया, बाकी नहीं दिया है. And violence didn't happen. So in this sort of atmosphere, you see Mamta Banerjee going back to Bhawanipur directly. Now that is telling something. If Mamta Banerjee is hellbound on saving the seat in Bhawanipur, and she's not caring that much कि भाई बाहर क्या हो रहा है, right? It has an intent because she know कि अगर उनका सीट से वो हार गए, if that happens, she's going to have the same destiny as Arvind Kejriwal. ठीक है, कोई कुत्ता भी नहीं पूछने वाला है. ठीक है, so that's why this is an indication that she want to save that seat anyhow because it is needed at least for the survival of her and her party. अगर वो सीट चला गया तो फिर मतलब see the point is Abhishek Banerjee is probably going to win the Diamond Harbour. If she lose this Bhawanipur, um, you know the wrath of, I mean, the whole state and system and public and all these things, right? सारा जो भी स्कैम है ये है, शायद उनको जमींदार मतलब रिस्पॉन्सिबल जिम्मेदार ठहराया जाएगा. I don't know what was going on in Mamta's psyche, but she want to save that seat in Bhawanipur, right? अगर ये उनके पास अगर अच्छा आइडिया होता, if had she been confident about this phase of the election, वो बाकी जगह लड़ते. ठीक है, भवानीपुर तो लड़ते ही, बाकी जगह भी वो शुरू में वो भाग के नहीं जाते, रोड शो नहीं करते ऐसे. तो आई थिंक सी मतलब ये वाला पॉइंट थोड़ा ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं इमोशनल एक पॉइंट बोल रहा हूँ, ये तो कोई स्ट्रिक्ट हार्डकोर पॉइंट नहीं है, बट प्रोबेबली दैट इज गोइंग ऑन. मतलब मैं अगर ममता बनर्जी होती तो मैं तो वो सीट तो बचाता, मैं भवानीपुर वाला अपना बचाना ही पड़ता. सो आज और एक इंसिडेंट हुआ, आई थिंक बेलूर या कहीं पे तो थी, या फिर कहीं तो थी, फिर कोलकाता पुलिस को बोल रही थी मुझे पता है कल मेरे लोगों को पुलिस ने पीटा है, हॉस्पिटलाइज भी हो गया था, बट शी इज नॉट शोइंग एंगर और शी इज नॉट थ्रेटनिंग और एनीथिंग एट दैट पॉइंट.
No, actually, she has. Let me show you the screen. That she has. I was just searching for that clip only. Here it is. If
And
you can see,
she took a pause, you can see the pause there,
yes.
and I loved it. I loved that pause actually.
Yeah. So here the
That
headline.
pause was very significant because she had to, maniac like this person had to think for 5 seconds, 10 seconds what she is going to utter. It says a lot of things because you never see Mamata Banerjee taking that pause. You know, whenever something happens, she's like, "Oh, hey, Mawadi." Right? When initially someone asked about the price of the fertilizer, I think it happened in Makura or Radmong or somewhere. "Hey, Mawadi, ke tule niye ja." Right? And here you will see the same person actually taking a pause, and that pause actually says she is in fear. Okay, now these are
Yeah.
what.
So
How?
let me read. Like we should read this. So here the text says that within 5 minutes, she stopped her address to the public who has come to listen to her, and she had actually threatened the West Bengal police or Kolkata police at that time, Kolkata police, that after 4th of May, we will, yeah, we will see what we will do to you. Then she is telling to the
Right,
police
right.
that okay, I will take revenge. She will take revenge on the Kolkata police. So that's what she is saying in front of the whole paraphernalia
Yeah,
of
yeah. I mean, she had to say
public
this
opinion.
because she talked that way, right?
Okay, she did in Uttar Pada. So Uttar Pada.
हाँ, उत्तर Pada probably. Yeah, I said Belur, so Belur is like right next to Belur, Bali, and then Uttar Pada.
So
But yeah,
that's
I
what.
mean, we expect this from Mamta. I mean, this is not something new. But the fact that she took that pause, I mean, you should show that pause actually.
Let me
It
let
says
me
something about the psyche of that woman actually.
let me.
Actually, this is fun. Keeping her on mute and then watching.
So that's what we are looking at. So yeah, so Bijita, so let's come back to our discussion, some boring discussion on analysis, data analysis. So correct, you were giving me stats based arguments, and I was giving Bijita sociological human behavior based arguments. Like for instance, I was telling Bijita that Bijita,
One more point we
any.
forgot to say, na?
Hmm,
One more point
go ahead, go ahead.
that I had from my
I think,
side, which
yeah,
was
yeah.
the
Let me.
Kesto Onubroto Mondol.
Ah,
that famous guy from বীরভূম, যার মাথায় অক্সিজেন কম যায়, who is surviving on less oxygen, apparently. He said something equally significant. Now we know that there is a tussle going on between Mamta and Anubrata Mondal from Birbhum. But the point is, so Mamta actually gave the most of the important responsibilities of this election on Kajol's sake, and stopped giving so much importance to Anubrata Mondal. So probably this guy was whatever psyched up or something. But then Anubrata Mandal said in a very like he was in a way he looked very afraid, right? Ki amon election bapet jonme dekhini, right? He has like amon election bapet jonme dekhini kind of thing. And then like I never in my life, even in the life of my father and forefather, I have seen such an election. I don't know Bapet John Degini how to translate that, but yeah,
Uh,
closely
two
translate to
more
that.
two more data points which a lot of people know, but
No, no.
for
The
the
next point that he said, he asked like, okay, BJP কি বলেছে, কটা সিট পাবে? না, টিএমসি কটা সিট পাবে? বলছে 125-35, like 125-135 TMC is going to get. Then this guy who was in TMC, he's saying 14-15টা পাবে কিনা সন্দেহ, right? So this guy, like who is famous for manipulating election, is saying ki TMC is not even going to get 14 or 15 seats. Like later he probably whatever twisted the whole thing, but probably মজা নেওয়ার জন্য বললো, just to have fun with wordplay. But he gave the indication because probably inside he is happy ki bhai খতম হয়ে গেছে, খেলা শেষ.
yeah, so two more data points which although channels have covered it, especially on Twitter and Facebook, Twitter and Facebook, and also on um, X, Twitter. So a lot of actually the so-called well-educated Bhadralok Bangali have traveled to West Bengal to cast their vote.
Hmm.
So that is a
No, this is not
very
Bhadralok
important.
Bangali period. Na, like, see, these are like our districts. I don't
No, no,
know
no, no, no,
before
no,
Kolkata
no,
people
no.
if we count as Bhadralok people.
Okay, that definition we can argue what we say, but in general, correct. The so-called educated
Bourgeois, Hindu bourgeois.
Bengali poor middle class.
Right,
Can say
right.
poor
Oh,
middle
poor
class.
middle class, you are saying, not the Babus.
Huh. No, no, no,
Right,
not
right,
Baba. I'm saying people like you, correct. You also migrated out of West Bengal, correct.
right,
So there are lot of well-educated people who do job, who has some good respectable white collar job. So they would never go back to Bengal and vote. That was the trend. So this election has broken that trend that those software engineers or executives working in different companies in Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, or wherever, they had actually went back on election day, or maybe prior to that, to their maybe in their districts or somewhere else where they come from, to actually
right,
vote in the election. And that is an unprecedented that a Bengali would spend, let's say, around to 25K. Example,
right,
the average cost would be travel would be about 20K in
right.
approximation. So they would spend 20,000 rupees just to go and vote,
Just to go
and
and
that
vote
from a
Mamta.
Beng
Just
that
to go and vote
and
Mamta Banerjee.
vote for Mamta or vote out Mamta. We don't know whatever is the case, but let's assume he's going to vote. That has never happened. That has happened. That a poor Bengali middle class would do that. A poor,
Exactly.
I'm saying poor is a metaphorical because
So on that point, I am
the
going to give you one more data point.
yeah, yeah.
So my mom went to this fish market. I mean, there is a local fish market here. So she basically knows these persons, right? And she was, I think, buying fish or something. And then she asked this. So these guys were very excited कि ये तो in the first phase these three guys have gone, they are gonna come back and we 3 4 people are gonna go because now it is our time. And then she was like, probably in a mocking way, because I don't know, my mom has a soft corner for Mamta, mainly because she's a woman, right? And so she was like, কেন বিজেপি কি ভাড়া ভাড়া দিয়েছে নাকি? And then these guys were like, oh, আপনি কি দিদির ভক্ত নাকি? In a mocking way.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so these guys
That
are actually, they know whom to vote. Like they
that's
have
a
decided.
very see that's a very interesting like it may be an anecdote, but actually it's a greater reflection of the overall mood that
And the mood,
after
right? The mood,
yeah
the
the
mood
hmm,
that in 2021 it was like BJP karo, like no vote to BJP, BJP,
hmm,
Sampradayikata,
hmm.
like Hinduttvadi. Now it is the other way. TMC kore. Now the mood is different. Like,
Yeah, so correct.
like আপনি TMC
So
কে vote দেন. Like that phase. Like TMC কে vote দেন আপনি. Like এতটা like নচ্ছার টাইপের একটা ব্যাপার, right?
yeah.
Like
So
you do TMC,
what
you.
was YouTube Brutus? It was YouTube TMC. It became like that. So correct. It's a very anecdote because I think there are two important points to take care of. One is the Abhaya incident which has happened. Okay. So the myth of Bengali women identifying them herself with Mamata Banerjee, that myth was uh, broken by the Abhaya incident
Right,
specifically.
right,
Okay. So that was a very important role, important because correct, like that there are three or four narratives on which TMC actually fights elections. One of those important narratives is Mamata Banerjee as women and what she does for the women. So the Lokhi Bhandar or the whatever money she gives to women, okay, and she being a woman. So these two
right.
are very interlinking point. So that was successfully broken by BJP via a mouth to mouth campaign and also giving ticket to the uh,
See the
not but
Abhaya incident,
the yeah.
right? For the Abhaya incident, I mean, we know how brutal
Hmm.
the Abhaya incident was and how brutally the whole sort of proofs and
Ecosystem.
everything, the whole ecosystem actually eliminated all the proofs, all the blood,
Hmm.
broke the wall, and like they call, like how the whole ecosystem actually tampered with the crime place, right?
Evidence.
With the evidence and everything. Haskhali ka jo कांड हुआ, like the incident in Haskhali, probably was the most brutal incident, जो जो इतना चर्चे में नहीं आया, but the way that poor woman was treated, like I heard कि बैम्बू एक उस पे बांध के ले जाएगा, हाथ और पैर बांध के ऐसे लटका के ले जाएगा, प्रोबेबली कुछ 35 मीटर के अंदर उनके घर के सामने, प्रोबेबली वहीं पे, एज फार एज आई नो,
Hmm.
डोंट कोट मी ऑन दिस, वहां पे जला दिया गया. मैं इतना इसलिए बोल रहा ताकि अगेन दीज आर cases under investigation, right? And so hence I'm not sure. So don't quote me on this. But मैंने जो सुना कि ऐसे जला दिया गया, like जो कांड किया गया गया उसके घर के सामने, उस लड़की को एक बांस का जो बांस से बेंधे, हाथ पागुलो बेंधे, लाइक जैसे सुअरों को लटकाते हैं, वैसे एक लड़की को लटका के 35 मीटर दूर, प्रोबेबली अगेन डोंट कोट मी ऑन दिस, सामने घर वालों के सामने जला दिया गया, और शायद जिंदा जलाया गया था, बाय द वे.
Yeah. So
ये
Bijeeta.
न्यूज में
So
नहीं आया, ये न्यूज
correct,
में नहीं
correct. So
आया,
so coming to
क्योंकि
the
वो
point.
ट्राइबल,
See,
वो कोलकाता की लड़की नहीं थी, वो डॉक्टर नहीं थी.
and one more
इन
thing,
इन इन
Bijeeta.
इन 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 जानवरों ने कुछ नहीं छोड़ा. ये इंसिडेंट अगर और कहीं पे होता, ये लोग हाथरस और इसके बात करते हैं, ऐसे तो कहीं नहीं किया होगा. ये जो बेशरम जो गौरतो बातो ब्रातो भूसू, इतना बड़ा बड़ा मार्क्स, डॉस्टोव्स्की, चे गुएवरा जो इतना कोचकोचाते हैं, जो अ, ये लोग इसके बारे में बेशरम लोगों की, जानवर भी ऐसे डिफेंड नहीं करता ऐसे इवेंट को.
Yeah, Vijitda. So very important. You have raised a very important issue. So correct. You mentioned correct. A lot of women are actually sympathize with Mamta, including your mother. Right. So how this narrative is sustained, like whatever you mentioned, correct? Now, how this narrative is not being given the right kind of visibility, so that the brutal nature of TMC governance, I will not call governance, I will call a worse kind of gundaraj, is taking place, and how this mechanism actually works. Like, because you know
मैकेनिज्म
a
की
little bit
बात
of
नहीं
that.
है, ये एक सिंपल ह्यूमन अजम्पशन है
Hmm.
कि कोई वुमन इतना
Hmm.
जानवर नहीं हो सकता. ये एक सिंपल अजम्पशन है जो हर मर्द और हर लड़कियां, ये नोशन, दिस इज अ वेरी coveted, cherished, whatever, like एक एक नोशन है अबाउट वुमन कि कोई वुमन इतना दरिंदा नहीं हो सकता. और ये इसीलिए जैसे बीजेपी अभी भी मेल डोमिनेटेड पार्टी है. अग्निमित्र पाल और इनको, रूपा गांगुली, इनको थोड़ा सामने लाना चाहिए था, जो इन्होंने अभी तक क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं मुझे पता नहीं. मतलब थोड़ा डर तो रहना चाहिए कि भाई 93% लड़कियां ज्यादा वोट दे रही है, तो कुछ ये देख के तुम लोग ठीक है स्कीम बता रहे हो, ये कर रहे हो, बट ये तो करो कि लड़कियों को सामने लाओ जो भी तुम्हारा वुमेन लीडर है. बट वही बात है कि ये नोशन को मर्दों की द्वारा तोड़ा नहीं जा सकता, कितना भी आप कोशिश कर रहे. पॉलिटिक्स इस नोशन को तोड़ नहीं सकता कि कोई वुमेन. अभी भी आप देखोगे इंदिरा गांधी को लेके, इंदिरा गांधी और ममता में तो बहुत फर्क है, इतना तो ठीक है. इंदिरा गांधी,
we,
दोनों में बहुत फर्क है. बोथ आर बाय द
we
वे
were
पावर हंग्री
actually
वुमेन.
we were just discussing the Indira Gandhi in the context of Andhi, the movie, and now we are again talking about her.
The point is, the point is, uh, state by very definition, because a state has power to perpetrate violence, uh, the state cannot eliminate the notion that a woman like this can assume power. State is a very masculine thing, right? एक स्टेट एक सिटीजन के दिमाग में ये नोशन डाल नहीं सकता कि एक वुमेन इतना दरिंदा हो सकता है. तो इसका फायदा जिस तरह से उठाया है, अब क्या ही करे.
Yes, so one more data point, migrant laborers coming back to Bengal to vote. That also
Mhm.
was covered in social media. So, okay, so now overall, from your perspective, what do you, BJP did a lot of things good, a lot of things they actually managed it quite well, because including migrant laborers, so, including the so-called Bhadro log coming back to Kolkata and voting. Even my father called me that, where is your vote? I said, my vote is in outside Bengal, don't worry about, I have shifted my vote. Okay, so I want to save my money. Okay. uh So I have shifted my vote because I was not living there. So it's also, it's a very important thing to talk about.
Right.
I am living outside West Bengal for now, for a decade now. Correct. So
But Brigade,
I
and
am
also the I mean for me, फालतू में ये एयरफेयर बढ़ा दिया था. फ्लाइट फेयर went like as high as 12,000 or something. So घर
no
वालों
no
को
it,
सबको ले
it
जाके.
it's not about that. The thing is that, like, if I am an individual, I am an Indian citizen. If I am living in outside West Bengal, and then I should vote in that locality and contribute to that locality's upliftment and whatever it is there. Correct.
Right, right, right.
It actually a little bit absurd. Like, Like if you're living in, like you know that you will be living here for next 5 years, then why don't you vote in that constituency? Because
Right.
you will have some issues that you need to get addressed. If and you're not going to vote there, then nobody will to listen to you. That
Right.
also is a bit absurd, which is I don't know how it comes about. And one more thing, Vijit, this apathy of voting, especially for Hindus. So one of the persons actually told me
We cannot blame
that
Hindus anymore. We
no,
cannot,
no, 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 not no, no.
like
I'm not
Bengali
blaming
Hindus,
it,
what they have done in this election.
but are they
This
100
is
years
going
late?
to send shiver down the spine of every kind of political leader across spectrum.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that are they 100 years late?
I mean, see, the point is
Chittog-
a
Chittagong
lot of
Hills.
things that happened with Bengal. We did not decide our destiny, so to say.
No, 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 no. Actually, no. I'll tell you with data. I'll show you data as well. Chittagong Hills, Chattogram was a mixed area when that vote happened, and I know a lot of people actually in Bangladesh tell that a lot of Hindus of Chattogram or Chittagong Hills did
No, no,
not
I
go to
understand what
vote,
you're saying. Ki they raised the
and
Indian flag and what all this story. I understand,
also in Lahore,
unfortunately,
happened.
but unfortunately, people of Bengal did not decide their destiny. Some people who were sitting in Delhi, they
Hmm.
decide the destiny of Bengal. And this is unfortunate, but this is true. And we should
Yes,
have grievance for that.
yes,
We
okay.
should ask from Delhi like how dare you do this thing कि बंगाल का बीच का एक जगह काट लिया तो चारों ओर जो बंगाली थे वो बिल्कुल ही कुछ आसाम साइड से हो गया कुछ त्रिपुरा साइड हो गया कुछ मेघालय साइड हो गया कुछ बार्मा साइड हो गया इधर बंगाल साइड कुछ चल मतलब बिल्कुल बीच में से जैसे एक मतलब एक बुलेट से चीर दिया चीजों को तो दिस इज द ग्रेटेस्ट ग्रीवेंस एंड वी शुड सम पॉइंट डाउन द लाइन मतलब हमें पूछना पड़ेगा दिल्ली से कि भाई हमें उसके लिए वही भाता दो सम सॉर्ट ऑफ पैकेज शुड बी कंसिडर्ड कि भाई तुमने जो किया है हमारे साथ बिकॉज वी वर डोमिनेंट इन द पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ दिस सबकॉन्टिनेंट एंड लुक व्हाट यू डिड तुमने बेसिकली एक नैरेटिव ये हो ही सकता है कि भाई हिंदी डोमिनेंस के लिए तुमने बंगाल और पंजाब को तोड़ा है these two were very dominant province in terms of education, in terms of industry, in terms of politics, in terms of literature. तुमने दोनों important province को तोड़ा है to so that the whole Hindi based politics can overdo it. Now that's a narrative we can actually raise quite justifiably within the democracy because it is the truth that happened. लाइक
Yeah, but
बंगाल इज ऑलवेज इन मतलब श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी अगर नहीं रहते फिर ये पश्चिम बंग भी वेस्ट बंगाल भी ना बनता नेहरू इफ यू रीड गिल्टी मैन ऑफ इंडियाज पार्टीशन बाय राम मनोहर लोहिया देयर जवाहरलाल नेहरू इज राइटिंग you see Jawaharlal writing is Nehru is saying to Lohia in Noakhali. They went to Noakhali and there he is saying, you know, this Bengal, this is full of bush and mud and jungle and slime and rivers. This is not India. So this is the attitude of the then political leaders, the political dispensation about Bengal. And these are the same people who actually divided Bengal, who did the partition of Bengal. Partition of India means partition of Bengal and Punjab. You cannot deny that uncomfortable fact that हमारे सीना चीर के हमारे जगह को मतलब खराब किया है तुमने तुम अगर रिवर की बात कर सकते हो कि जो रिवर है वो इधर से इंडिया से बह के पाकिस्तान में जाता है ये रोमांटिसिज्म जो है तो बंगाल के लिए वो लागू नहीं होता क्या बंगाल का जो रिवर है गंगा ले लो तीस्ता ले लो तोरसा ले लो जलढाका ले लो जलंगी जमुना मतलब अपना जो ब्रह्मपुत्र सारे जितने रिवर है ये तो इधर से बंगाल या फिर नॉर्थ ईस्ट से निकल के इधर आ रहा है तो तुमने तो सब कुछ बर्बाद किया so that's another discussion that we can have some other day but
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
let's be
so
focused on this.
to one question that I have, correct? You had mentioned that the overwhelming majority of Hindus, and in some aspects, Hindus have outvoted the Muslims in the first phase of the elections.
Right.
Now that's a very important data point, okay, which has come out. So first of all, why I mentioned correct Lahore. I mentioned also Lahore. I think Sindh also, Sindh, Lahore, also Chattogram. For 100 years, Hindus are not voting. Why this apathy for voting? Why they don't? Why don't they go and vote?
Right. What is the apathy behind voting? I don't know. Mottodi Katalemi probably, I don't know, from our Bengali community. I really don't
No,
know.
no, no,
But
no, 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 no. It is also
uh,
there also with other Hindus as well. The famous case of
and then there is
22
other narratives, other
20,
communist narratives like এই মৃত্যু উপত্যকা আমার দেশ না. Like this is
no,
this
no, no.
this Death Valley is
I
not our country. Whatever we
no, no,
do,
no.
we are gonna change nothing. This sort of
Hmm,
attitude कि कुछ भी हो जाए हम तो कुछ चेंज ही नहीं कर सकते. ये सिस्टम चेंज.
hmm,
अब हिंदू को दिख रहा है कि भाई अगर जाके कुछ करोगे, वोट करोगे, लोग थोड़ा सा ये सब कर दोगे, थोड़ा लोगों से बात करोगे, पॉलिटिकली एक्टिव, तो कुछ हो सकता है और बहुत कुछ
hmm,
हो सकता है. तो फिर एक तुम्हें अगर बीफ से प्रॉब्लम है, यू कैन एक्चुअली raise political slogan and इकट्ठा a lot of people, gather a lot of people to sway the opinion in your favor कि भाई यहाँ पे बीफ नहीं चलेगा. ये हिंदुओं को पहले पता ही नहीं था कि ऐसा हो सकता है क्या. और ये शायद इंटरनेट के लिए हुआ है. मैं फिर से बोलूंगा, इंटरनेट ने दिखाया है कि चलो, मतलब पब्लिक ओपिनियन कैन ऑल्सो ट्रेवल एट द स्पीड ऑफ लाइट. ये हिंदुओं को पहले पता नहीं था. हिंदू बहुत दिनों से सोए इसलिए भी रहे थे कि शास्त्रार्थ करना या फिर नया फिलोसफी निकालना, नया इतिहास को ढूंढना, ये हम लोगों के अंदर से तो खो ही गया था. वी आर बीइंग एबल टू कनेक्ट डिफरेंट डॉट्स, राइट. क्योंकि हिंदू एज ए सिविलाइजेशन कभी अपने आप से या दूसरों को धोखा नहीं दिया है. So all the data points are there. We are just gathering those data points in order to make sense of the whole civilization of ourselves and all these things. तो आई थिंक हिंदू, हाँ, जैसे बोल रहे कि हिंदू अगर हिंदू जाग रहा है और उसका परिणाम ये हुआ कि बंगाली हिंदू जाके 93% पोलिंग करके आया. ये हिस्टोरिकली पता नहीं कहाँ पे हुआ है, राइट. ये एक नया रिकॉर्ड है जो जो पता नहीं कौन सा दूसरा स्टेट को तोड़ना पड़ेगा. क्वाइट प्राउडली, राइट. और ये जो हुआ है, ये तो जो हिंदुओं को टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड लेते थे, उनका उनके लिए अभी इसने बोला ना, शुभेंदु अधिकारी ने, कि ममता से भी जय श्री राम बुलाऊंगा मैं. 4 मई ममता भी जय श्री राम बोलेगी. बोलना पड़ेगा इनको. ये अब जनेऊ पहन के घूमेगी. क्योंकि ममता के दिमाग में भी नहीं आया होगा, किसका, हमारे दिमाग में भी नहीं आया था कि 93% हिंदू जाके पोल कर देगा. ना वी डोंट नो 29th को क्या होने वाला है, कि कोलकाता कैसे रिस्पॉन्ड करेगा. बिकॉज अगेन टिपिकली शहरतली एंड टाउन एंड सिटी इलाका, राइट. बट ये गांव वालों ने जाके कर दिया है, which is actually
yeah,
wonderful.
yes. So okay. So one more thing, uh, you mentioned correct. I was asking this question.
ये यहाँ पे
So
आया, the train had a few white cap people. I mean, I don't have any problem with that thing. I mean, उनको पैसा दिया जा रहा है, टीएमसी, या अगर कोई दे रहा है जाके वोट कर. सी उनका राइट है, उन्हें करने दो, सीधी सी बात है. फर्स्ट टाइम आई सॉ a train full of Bengalis going to
yeah,
vote in
yeah.
Bengal. There was a report in Marathi news channel of train filled up with people to max capacity. I wonder who is paying for all this. नहीं, हाँ,
Yeah.
टीएमसी ने पैसा दिया
So
है, बाय द वे. टीएमसी ने भी
no, no,
काफी
no,
लोगों को.
no, no. Actually, let me actually take this question. It's very important. So I was talking, correct? I was talking, asking you why this apathy of Hindus to vote. This stems from this lack of political awareness which Hindus have, which also you also talk about, correct, in our previous lectures and talks, where the British are telling that Hindus are actually politically naive and
Right.
compared to
They
other
don't have
people.
practical
Okay,
knowledge of polity.
exactly. See, this question is a reflective, okay, an anecdote of the problem with us. We live in a democracy, and in that democracy, you have to understand how this politics works and adapt ourselves rather than take a back seat and go for a holiday. Lot of Hindus will like well settled, well meaning Hindus on election day went for a holiday in 24 in Mumbai specifically.
93.19%. That is the latest data.
Because because of the postal votes. So postal vote
Bhai,
is about 0.3 to 0.4%.
bhai sahab.
92.8 was there. 92.8 was there. The postal votes this time come around 0.3 to 0.4%. So it comes on that. So it will be beyond 93% when all votes are counted. Postal votes,
Hmm.
home votes, all the votes are there, and so it will be there. So this question is actually a reflection of the problem.
Right.
We do not want to understand or do not want to be in the game. Okay. Uh,
Ah,
the Communist Party of India or the Congress or the IUFL Indian Union Muslim League pays money to the Malayalis living in Dubai, Saudi Arabia, pays for their airfare back and forth.
right.
If
But Bhupenda,
hmm,
did we not dream of this situation? That's my question.
exactly, I'm saying that we
Like in
need.
this whatever number of years that we have been working and all this, right? Did not dream of this situation.
I was thinking
And
when
it is not only about this WB election poll. This is
hmm,
like it has a far more impact. It has a global impact. Like no party from now. ये जो जिसका हर रोज हमें शो करना पड़ता था कि डिसमेंटल सनातना वट एवर सनातना इज उसका भी तो खत्म होने वाला है स्टालिन का भी शायद खत्म होने वाला है जो न्यूज आ रहा है कि मलेरिया डेंगू ये वो ये बाकुड़ा में जैसे योगी आदित्यनाथ का शो हुआ था मतलब जो स्पीच एंड ऑल दिस थिंग रोड शो भी हुआ था शायद लोग इतना पागल हो गए थे उधर जिनको सो कॉल्ड लोअर स्ट्रेटा वट एवर लोग बोला जाता है तो ये जो न्यूज वाले आए थे ये हैरान हो गए थे मतलब उनको जो टीएमसी वाले जो न्यूज वाले आए थे वो उसके उनके दिल में दहशत हो गया था कि भाई व्हाट द मतलब व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन हियर कि पीपल आर एक्चुअली लाइक ये दे आर लिटरली कर्सिंग दिस पीपल लाइक कि छोटे लोग एखान থেকে ये করে এসেছে राइट दैट काइंड ऑफ लैंग्वेज दे वर सेइंग सो यू सी मतलब ये जो हम सोच रहे थे कि भाई ये सीन कि जाके ऐसे मतलब पोल कर देगा कि 95% हो जाएगा ये तो हमने सोचा भी नहीं था कभी तो हमने सोचा भी नहीं था और अभी भी हमें पता नहीं है कि रिजल्ट क्या हो रहा है तो इतना उछलने की बात कुछ है नहीं बट हाँ हिंदू जाके ये वोट कर रहे हैं ये बहुत बड़ी बात है इट मीन्स कि दे हैव दे हैव समथिंग दे हैव सम ग्राज और वट एवर जो मोदी के खिलाफ भी हो सकते इसके खिलाफ हो सकते बट मोदी ने कुछ किया ही नहीं है तो मोदी के खिलाफ होगा क्यों पॉइंट यही है लेकिन
Yeah, so we'll coming back to Modi and Amit Shah. Like you mentioned that we have a grudge against Delhi, not BJP, but against Congress leaders in 1940s and 50s who did a lot of bad things to specifically northeast and eastern region.
हम्म,
So those policies are there. So I have for the last 10, 12 years, or maybe even 15 years or 20 years, I have never seen the prime minister and the home minister stay in a state for Modi still is there. PM Modi still is there in there. And Amit Shah was there for 2 weeks in West
हम्म,
Bengal. So, do you think that BJP is giving tribute to Shama Prasad Mukherjee by rescuing the state from the clutches of these
See, politics is
evil forces.
politics. I mean, if you ask me why their BJP is so much adamant
Hmm.
over
Hmm.
winning Bengal, you
Hmm.
have to understand that the debacle that they had in 2024, it actually
Hmm.
started from 2021
Hmm.
when they lost the Bengal poll. I mean,
Hmm.
then happened a cascade of like a downturn actually.
Hmm.
And obviously in 2024 they got only 12 MPs from
Hmm.
Bengal, which also brought down the number. Now,
Hmm.
because TMC, BJP is already like living a very like they are on already in cloud nine in terms of their success, right? In election over a few years, they don't want to lose this momentum, and now they are seeing whatever has happened in UGC, or they may lose some
Hmm.
seat in UP. Now,
Hmm.
in order to compensate that, they need Bengal. It's as simple as that. If they get Bengal, they will get the whole again the whole state, right? Whole structure within BJP. Then it will be very easy to get like 35, 36 MPs out of this place. You know, so I think that is what they are focusing on. They don't, I mean, obviously, they have some vision. I mean, every party has some grand narrative. So this is part of their grand narrative. Ki, okay, Shama Prasad Mukherjee probably will get more. If we get more, if we if we can capture no one, no, then we will be able to get more number of um, Hindu intelligentsia, so to say, from this place, which will
No,
also
no.
help in the bigger picture, in the
I
bigger
am
narratives.
coming. Yeah, I am coming from a different perspective. Different perspective. I'll give you a bit of historical background where I'm saying this. Janasangh was established by Shyama Prasad. Like he was
Hmm.
the he was the primary. So you had Hindu Mahasabha.
Right.
So Hindu Mahasabha had some split, and some leadership actually formed Janasangh. And Shah Prasad Mukherjee was one of the founders of Janasangh.
Hmm.
And Janasangh is the predecessor of BJP. So in
Right.
1980s, the Janasangh was disbanded and BJP was formed.
Hmm.
So in a way, the Hindutva politics, okay, owes the seeds of Hindutva politics is in Bengal.
Hmm.
So there is a kind of correct example. Correct, you live in outside. Correct, I live outside. But if we get a chance to come back and do something good, the place of our birth, we will do it. So in a
Right.
way, the whole movement of Hindutva and BJP, okay, the source is Bengal.
They will find their base basically. They'll
So
find their base
no, the
again.
no no
Find
the
they will
source is
capture back
the
their base.
the source is Bengal. Correct, where it all began. So it's a kind of an unfinished business which BJP or Sangh or has, that if you cannot go back to your source and establish your pole, okay, establish
Right.
your
Right.
writ there, because
It is
for
their
last
homeland. It is the
yeah,
homeland of that party.
homeland in a way, correct. So if you see, have you seen Manmohan Singh, Narsimha Rao, or any prime minister or home minister stay in a state for 2 weeks and campaign and do
No. I mean,
election
here the reason is
management?
very practical. Here the
Hmm.
reason is very practical. Amit Shah is
Hmm.
monitoring the situation. जहाँ पे
Hmm.
जिसको बदलाने की जरूरत है, कोई भी अगर पुलिस ऑफिसर है, आईपीएस ऑफिसर है, हटाना है, आईएएस ऑफिसर हटाना है, ताकि वो इमीडिएटली हो पाए कि मुझे ये चाहिए, ये करना है। मैं अगर अमित शाह होता, मैं बैठा हूँ, बताओ
Hmm.
मुझे कौन सा कहाँ का आईसी क्या कर रहा है, इमीडिएटली बर्खास्त करूंगा मैं। टू एक्सरसाइज दैट पावर, राइट, यू नीड टू बी हियर, कि लोगों से बात कर रहा है कि भाई तू बता, शुभेंदु तू बता क्या चाहिए, राइट, काइंड ऑफ थिंग, कि कहाँ क्या झमेला हो रहा है, बता, मैं करा देता हूँ। So, I mean, that sort of for the first hand information, to fetch that first hand information. That's why Amit Shah is here. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, as an intellectual, probably you are romanticizing it, and it makes sense. I mean, okay,
Mm, no, no,
it is
I
very
am not
logical.
romanticized.
No, no, the
Uh,
narrative you are saying is very logical. I agree with this. I
hmm,
also,
hmm,
I exactly know what you are saying.
hmm,
Because when you have that base, right, when you
hmm,
have that source, that Gangotri of this whole Hindutva narrative that they cherish so much, it
hmm,
is obviously, matlab, it will be more fruitful to have the source, right? कि यहाँ से निकला है, then you can fetch the history and the whole dynamics. It will help you to grow even more, right, and even be more prolific in the in delivering the Hindutva narrative, so to say. I totally understand that, but यहाँ पे Amit Shah is serving a very practical purpose. He's not a man of heart. He's also, I mean, what we are saying
hmm.
also a thing of head, but yeah, he's a man of head. कि भाई करते हैं, अभी अभी जो निपटाना है निपटाते हैं, जिसको बर्खास्त करना करते हैं,
Hmm.
जिसको सस्पेंड करना करते हैं. लेट्स गेट इट डन. मुझे ये जगह चाहिए, सीधी सी बात
Okay.
है.
Your opinion or your thoughts on PM Modi, the way he has campaigned in Bengal. I think it's quite refreshing rather than what he has done this time.
Right, right. I mean, he is also getting very emotional by the size of the
Hmm,
crowd that he's getting and all these
hmm,
things.
hmm. No,
And
crowds were there in the previous days as well, but the way the Modi campaign was managed and the way it was actually projected this time, it was much better in a very positive way. Going to
right, right. And
Ganga,
this time,
Halmuri,
Didi, oh Didi wala scene was not there.
correct.
So, and also that woman, Muhua Moitro. Sorry, I am not talking about her. So let's, because she's very whatever. Let's say this vicious woman, right? Some vicious woman recently gave an interview to Barkha Dutt, right? I guess. And then this woman is actually talking about, I think she was, and also in some tweet also, she was giving gali to Gujaratis. Now, Bhawanipur constituency has some great number of Gujaratis, like I think 40 to 60,000 Gujaratis they have. And Bhawanipur constituency, if you guys don't know, it is the constituency of Mamta Banerjee. So now Mamta Banerjee is actually angry over this woman. And today also, I think Mamta lost her patience. She was going to deliver some speech, and then apparently BJP started to shout. They started miking. Then she got pissed, and she actually Rane Bhango diye she escaped. So yeah, she's losing patience. But let's see what happens. 29th का जो poll आएगा. I think जो the other point is, if let's say this guy, I mean the party TMC, they are talking about people's dissatisfaction with SIR process. Now places like Bankura or Purulia, the impact of SIR, and in places like in our village, for example, the impact of SIR is very minimal. So, uh, so it is safe to say uh, key people are not angry over SIR, right? They are angry over something else. So let's see. We don't know. We don't. I mean, again, so far whatever we have said, these are concocted projections. We don't guarantee anything, but we're just trying to analyze the trend, what is going on in these few days.
So, so do you see the tsunami which is supposed to happen in Japan due to earthquake of 7.5 Richter scale? That tsunami would be in West Bengal.
One thing is for sure, there is a tsunami. Now, which way we don't know. We don't know yet. In spite of everything, we don't know. I think I see what we have said. Probably deep down somewhere we have some bias. Uh,
Hmm,
I tried to be as much objective. I like we just discussed
hmm,
a couple of numbers here,
hmm, hmm,
uh, and we also discussed a few things of human psyche. We had a few like a few emotional discussions, emotional take on a few topic. Now, but one thing is sure, there is a tsunami, and people in my village they are also saying कि um, जो भी हुआ अगर मतलब ये जो बीजेपी वाले बोल रहे हैं कि अगर उल्टा हुआ तो यहाँ रहना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. नाउ यू शुड नो, जैसे मेरे गांव में these guys from TMC, they distributed the sindoor koto
Hmm.
and matchbox
Hmm.
to the woman. So just imagine the audacity, right? Ki either this, or if doesn't happen, we are going to set your house on fire. Basically, that's uh, now the point is, अगर उल्टा हुआ तो उस पे भी वायलेंस का चांस बहुत ही ज्यादा है, शायद बहुत ही
Yeah,
ज्यादा है.
violence will happen, but it will be a reverse violence.
ये सुनामी अगर उल्टा हुआ देन मतलब बंगाल गया बेसिकली. ये सुनामी अगर 1946 वाला सुनामी हुआ देन हिंदुओं ने फिर अपना, बंगाली हिंदुओं ने अपना किस्मत लिख दिया है. दैट्स फॉर श्योर. ये अगर बंगाली हिंदुओं ने ये वाला गलती किया, ठीक है, ये वाला गलती अगर बंगाली हिंदुओं ने कर दिया तो बंगाली हिंदू फिर सोचना पड़ेगा
But yeah,
कौन से
but
म्यूजियम में रखना.
yes, but I think this time they have chosen the right options from the whatever options
यस
they
यस
were there.
मतलब सी द पॉइंट इज, वही बात है जो जो सभा वगैरह हो रहा है उसमें जो जो पैशन लोगों में दिख रहा है, राइट. अगेन लाइक यू अंडरस्टैंड बांकुड़ा पुरुलिया में इट्स लाइक 40-45 लोग रोस्ट हो रहे हैं बेसिकली वहाँ खड़े हो गए, और उस धूप में 2.5 घंटा 3 घंटा खड़े हो गए. कोई वोट दे रहा है अगर तो लोकहित भंडार के लिए नहीं दे रहा है वो, शायद इतना बेईमान इंसान नहीं हो सकता, खुद के साथ इतना बड़ा बेईमानी नहीं कर सकता. ये बात है.
Absolutely. So thank you, Abhijit Da. You have to leave. You are going for a short trip, so
यस
all good. Enjoy the trip.
चलो. थैंक
Once
यू.
you are back, we'll again reconnect. So thank
यस.
you. Jai Shri Ram. Vande Mataram.
जय श्री राम, वंदे मातरम.